Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden has a lot of interesting ideas to try and engage the players more, and I really like this one. I enjoyed letting my players have a bunch of secrets that they could keep to themselves, made for much more interesting roleplay situations and character decisions. This video won't just be me reading out all the character secrets and telling you this one is good or this one is bad, but instead adding additional advice that maybe some other people haven't talked about yet and the module doesn't give you. Welcome to Icewind Dale, the series that is pretty epic, if you ask me. This method of giving players secrets can be tricky, the one that I'm about to talk to you about, depending on how you run your games, but this is how I did it. I messaged each player individually, claiming to them that I had a huge secret from the module that I wanted to give to them and nobody else. I gave each player a selection of secrets to choose from, none of which overlapped, so that none of them could kind of begin to key on to the secrets that the other players had. This eliminated the somewhat lame random element to the secrets and allowed me to play around with them much more and pick ones that genuinely fit the characters a lot more. Could also have functioned in terms of mine, it did function as something that the player can find really enjoyable to keep to themselves and feel like they're awesome. Granted, I think the downside of this is that once everyone knows and that you've lied to them and make them feel special when in reality that they're not, which can be a credible problem. If you know your players well enough, you'll know whether or not to do this. Secrets never got fully explored in my campaign. The only one really getting explored was the reincarnated by a druid one. I think that everyone was dropping some pretty subtle hints, like my rogue player who was detailing that his character was incredibly pale, who had the red slard secret, so he had the disease. It never got used as a story element, but instead was just a character trait. Granted, after 9 to 11 sessions, I figured that I wasn't enjoying the campaign, and so I ended it. So that might perhaps be the reason. In any case, giving a player more to work with their character is infinitely better than nothing, and some of the secrets in here are amazing, and some of them are really weird, to say the least. So I really like some of these secrets. A druid having reincarnated a player character and them living out this second life sounds really interesting to me. My player got this secret, Josh. He was originally a halfling man who was reincarnated into a silver dragonborn, who left Icewind Dale and decided to pursue a business before eventually feeling a calling back there by his warlock patron. I love that so much. When his character eventually died, it ended up with him being reincarnated on death once again, which led to him becoming an ancestral guardian barbarian dwarf. Very interesting if you ask me. Another secret that I adore is that it allows a party member to become a harper, which allows them to be a great spy for that group. If you aren't familiar, harpers are basically, you know, bards and wizards and people like that who spy on various locations and use the guise of a, you know, much more extravagant fellow to kind of give off that impression of this man has nothing to hide. Had a different player play this harper, Joel, and he was a simple human fighter with a stick. He was like a 19-year-old boy that just left home and had this magical stick. It was a perfect disguise for him, having other things going on in the campaign that let him pretty easily disguise himself and everything around him. Plus, it tied him in better with the campaign as a whole, which I feel like this module really needs. I think when deciding what secrets to pick for your party, if that's what you're going to be doing, make sure that they kind of fit the player more than the character. Definitely consider that this would work for the character, but mainly think of what does my player like in D&D? Here's a secret to embody that. There are some really weird ones. If that's a difficult thing to do, kind of like pinpoint players and decide what you think they'd like, using the module's way is best, getting the small deck of cards and dealing them and being like, each of you have this secret, go wild. Because that can also be fun. Definitely gets them a little more excited for the campaign, if you know what I mean. I want to quickly rant about this one frickin' secret that's in there, which is I'm a Dritz Doerden fan. The fuck is that? That's not a... Sure, Dritz isn't exactly a immensely popular fellow who everyone loves, but why is that a secret? I definitely want to steal this concept and put it in other campaigns. Player characters really like having secrets. Some aren't very good at keeping them. I've noticed the itch to just yeet your backstory out of your throat to everyone is very tempting, and trust me, I know. I get that. I've wanted to do that too. But secrets are secrets for a reason. And when you keep them, it'll be even better when you tell them later on. Maybe talk to your players in, like, out of character and just say, this is a big secret. You don't want to just throw this around like nobody's business. In any case, thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, let us know with a big fat like, subscribe, and comment to keep up to date on all my Chad advice. Keep the discussion going too in the comments, or you can join our Discord, which is in the description. I'll see you then. This is how I will do this video. Honestly, it makes me look better. Nah, it makes me look informal though. I'll take this down and I'll look like a dapper gent.